everybody, welcome back to ECAB Live. I'm here with Asparagus. Today we have a bunch of dogs in the training center. Like I said last week, all of our puppies are in their nursery homes, learning how to be potty trained and learning basic obedience and all that good stuff is going really, really well so far. I've gotten really great reports, so they're doing. This is Asparagus. He is, I believe you're still less than 1 year old. He's probably like 10, 11 months old. Important command that we do with all of our service dogs called watch me, and this is a command that we use to get the dog's attention. Can you fix it? Thank you. Contact is not always natural for dogs or animals in general. It's not normal for them to give eye contact, as for most animals it's seen, but as dogs have been domesticated and we breed our dogs to kind of be calm and soft, to work with people with disabilities, naturally, and isn't so uncomfortable, we do have to kind of teach them to hold it with us, and get it from them and get eye contact from them when they're in an environment. So I'm going to show you how we train a watch me and show you a few different variations. We want to make sure that they do it on command. We want to make sure that they hold it for a duration we are in, that they're giving us eye contact no matter what they're doing or what we're doing, that we can kind of still get that eye contact. Now, I said he is less than 1 year old, so he's not going to be giving me a chance to kind of explain how we train it and kind of what stage he's at and where we're going to go from here. So the very first thing, watch me, is we're going to grab 2 treats. So I'm going to grab 2 things that are a little bit kind of already distracting and interesting to him, and I'm going to ask him for eye contact. Hold it up to his nose, hold it up to my face, and then I'm going to ask, watch me. And he's already pretty good at this. So although yes, he is still giving me eye contact. So like I said, we've been working on this a little bit, so that's not exactly where we started. When we first started, we just immediately report, so kind of like this. Watch me. Yes, good. And then over time, we kind of increased that duration, and we could do that by just kind of doing it correctly and doing a good job. Watch me. That's it. Good boy. Yes. Now he could hold it for about 10 seconds. He might even be able to hold it a little bit. Watch me. Yes, that was slowly inching up. But that was really, really good eye contact. And that was with me directly in front of him. So it's not too challenging for him. I'm right there. All he has to do is ignore the 2 treats and look at treats. So that way he kind of learns to give us that eye contact in a distracting environment. Now, the one thing we do when we train this is we don't want to excite him or get him to look at us. So you'll notice that when I do it, watch me, I just kind of stand here and I don't really say anything. Yes, good. Because if I name, and he's going to get confused as to what the command is. Is it watch me or is it watch me, Asparagus? Watch me, watch me, watch me, Asparagus. So it gets confusing. So another big thing with all of our service dogs is kind of like waiting for them to do the correct thing or having them do the command themselves. So I don't want to overly understand what exactly he's being rewarded for or what he needs to do if he gets so much help. So I kind of just wait for him to make the choice to look at me, and then when he does. So a few different variations that we can do of the standing in front of him, watch me, is, so he's very used to the treats being out to the side. So let's see what happens. Watch me. Yes, he's not as good at this one, and I have to say this one, when you lower it down, is a few of the other variations that we do. Because you're lowering your hands all the way down, so naturally he's going to look down. Yes, and then as soon as watch me. Yes, he'll kind of start to pick it up faster. His head didn't go down as much. Yes, and he didn't even do it at all that time. So I'm going to give him a lot of treats, which I call a jackpot, which means next time he does it, he's going to remember oh, I got a bag, and then hopefully he'll do it that way again. So I'm actually not even going to do it again because I want to leave it successful. So if I ask him for it again and he looks down, it just wasn't as I want him to be successful and end successfully. So we'll probably do it again later, or we'll do it again tomorrow, and hopefully he'll remember that he did a really good job. So, and we'll actually put the treats behind us. Sorry, I'm holding them right in your face. We'll put the treats behind us. So I'll demonstrate that. Watch me. Golden delicious. Yes, good boy. one, they pick up a little bit faster than when it's down because they kind of can't see. And then we can kind of, do different variants. So now they're used to with the distraction. You should be able to just ask for it in, whether he's watch me. Yes, good boy. So it is also super important that they are able to watch us while walking next to us, and that's going to be a completely different, behavior that they need to complete. So right now, I'm standing right in front of him, and because we're standing right, he's right in front of me. But if I move to the side because we're walking and he's in a heel or a side position, now he has to turn his head and look up at me. So it is, I'll start training that with them on the box, and I will move him. So we walk our dogs mostly in a heel, so I'm going to go, over I guess it's his right side technically. He's on my left. Watch me. Let me back up. So now he has to look to the side, which he already kind of is following me, and they'll naturally do that. Golden, go to bed. That's it. Go to bed. Yes, good boy. Ready? I want you to face completely forward though. Yes, stay. Stay. Yes, good. So this will help him kind of just learn that he has to look to the side and meet my eye contact. Yes, good. Reward him for it too, because we do like to see that they are paying attention to us, especially while we're walking, because we could be walking, by something really interesting or in a store that's super. Yes, good boy. Now, we mostly walk the dogs in a heel, so I actually don't know how he's going to do when I switch sides. Okay. Yes, good boy. Watch me. Yes, very good. Rewarding him for, quickly meeting my eyes. I don't want to have him hold the duration too long since I don't think he's worked on this super, super long, especially on the side. But now let me see if I can get a little bit more duration out of him. Watch me. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Yes. So we looked down for a second, but then he kind of realized what continued. So that was really, really good. So that is all of the different variations of watch me, but how easy is it to do it on a box when there's no distraction? Practicing with them, and honestly something that I really did all morning with the dogs that I have out here was just walking around the training center asking for watch me. Now he's a little silly, and I'll even demonstrate how good he does it from the floor, but when he starts moving, he doesn't want to look all the way at my eyes. So we're going to practice it. Yes, good boy. Don't jump on it. Okay, good. So let me just turn him around, stay. And I'm just going to have him, okay, let's set you up again. Went a little bit too far, we got to be right in front of the camera. Ready, turn around. Yes, wait. Yes, asparagus, yes, good, heel. That's it, that's it. No, leave it, asparagus, come. Right here, Bibs. Wait. Watch me. Right. I want to make sure he kind of stays in that heel position, so I'm not going to feed him if he goes in front of me. And if he does go in front of me or move, I'm just going to put him back into a heel. Yes, wait. Then I'm going to tell him, next to me. Asparagus, watch me. Yes. So he is nailing it when he isn't moving so much. But now I'm just going to walk around and practice with him because he's not as good. But, oh, I leave it. Good. Asparagus, watch me. No, watch me. Yes. So he kind of needs my help with my hand just to kind of place it up because they know that the hand has treats in it. So it's kind of like putting a treat up to your face to kind of lure their face that way. Asparagus, watch me. Right. So that is fine for now. My goal is to eventually fade out my hand. Let's see if I can kind of demonstrate what that looks like. So I'm going to just do it. Yes. So he kind of looked at me even though I did just a little hand movement. Good boy. Because the hand movement just needs to get smaller and smaller until it's not there. And I'm also going to walk slower. Watch me. Yes, good. So I can just do it a little bit faster. Eventually we'll fade out the hand movement. Sometimes too they'll just do that because it almost is like you're just capturing that, almost even if it's an accident. Come. Sit. Yes, even if it's an accident, we still kind of know what he did enough to kind of repeat it or even just do it on accident more often. So that is our watch me. Like I said, we practice this with all the dogs all the time because we want this behavior to be nice and strong. if a dog that maybe is more interested in kids or cats, or he's really looking at them, I don't want him to be focused on anything else besides where he's walking and where I'm walking, or where his client is going to be walking and moving to, because he's any sudden turns or obviously anything that he can like step on or fumble on in the street. So he's got to be focused. He can't be looking at other things. So that watch me is perfect. Me at like a year old, he's pretty spot on. Besides just needing to work on it a little bit more while we're moving, and then again, not as distracting in here. So center, we can move on and we can work on it in maybe like a quiet store, and then eventually in a more like crowded area or at some sort of event. But you can't even imagine how much better it's going to be in like 6 months from now when he's about ready to graduate, and a little bit more probably because he's not a year yet. That's when he's ready to graduate. All of the dogs are doing pretty well at that. That's actually a behavior that we train with them just about when they really do start learning it very quickly and learn that eye contact is super reinforcing. And you'll see that like when they are, either doing different things in training or just that they will kind of just naturally give you eye contact because they're randomly reinforced for it. So Asparagus did really well. We're so proud of her. Probably more on some watch me's and some other things while we have the dogs out here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment if there's anything that you want to see. I kind of just make up the content as I go. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. If not, I'll probably maybe just run through some other. We train them week to week. We don't have puppies in the future, not like in the near future, so it'll still be a few months away. So they'll be up in the training center for the next few. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.